They told you milk builds strong bones, but after 60, that may no longer be true. New research reveals that the same dairy products once praised for bone health can quietly fuel inflammation, weaken digestion, and even leach calcium from your body. The truth is, your body doesn't process dairy the same way anymore. What once nourished you in your 30s might now be silently working against your health. After 60, your body's ability to handle dairy changes dramatically. The main reason? A natural decline in the enzyme lactase, the one responsible for breaking down lactose, the sugar in milk. When lactase levels drop, undigested lactose ferments in the gut, producing gas, bloating, and cramps. What used to be a simple glass of milk can now trigger discomfort that lasts all day. But the problem doesn't stop there. As we age, the intestinal lining also becomes thinner and more sensitive. This means dairy proteins like casein can irritate the gut wall, leading to mild inflammation or a heavy feeling after meals. For seniors who already deal with slower digestion, this adds unnecessary strain. And because aging kidneys are less efficient, the high phosphorus and calcium load from milk can also upset the body's mineral balance, especially if you're not drinking enough water. The result? You may start to feel fatigue, joint stiffness, or skin flare-ups without realizing dairy is playing a role. The key isn't to panic or cut out dairy completely, it's to understand that your body's chemistry has changed. After 60, the goal shifts from more calcium equals stronger bones to better absorption and balance. Knowing how your body reacts to milk today is the first step toward protecting your health tomorrow. For decades, we were told that milk was the best way to prevent brittle bones and osteoporosis. But studies in older adults now paint a more complicated picture. While dairy does contain calcium, it's not always absorbed efficiently after 60. As stomach acid levels decline with age, your body struggles to extract calcium from milk and cheese. Instead of strengthening your bones, much of that calcium simply passes through your system unused. Even more concerning, some research shows that drinking too much milk may actually increase fracture risk in older women. The reason lies in balance. Calcium doesn't work alone. It needs magnesium, vitamin D, and vitamin K2 to properly bind to your bones. Without these nutrients, excess calcium can build up in soft tissues like arteries and joints, contributing to stiffness, calcification, and even heart strain. There's also the problem of modern dairy processing. Many commercial milks are pasteurized at high heat, destroying beneficial enzymes and reducing the body's ability to digest fats and minerals. For seniors, this means the calcium you think you're gaining might never reach where it's needed most. The solution? Don't depend solely on milk for your bones. Focus on a balanced approach. Leafy greens, almonds, sardines, and sunlight provide the co-nutrients your body truly needs to keep bones resilient. The secret to strong bones after 60 isn't more milk, it's smarter nutrition. One of the biggest dairy-related issues after 60 isn't lactose itself, it's inflammation. As your gut barrier naturally weakens with age, dairy proteins like casein and whey can slip through the intestinal lining and trigger low-grade immune reactions. You may not notice it right away, but symptoms often appear as fatigue, mild joint pain, skin irritation, or brain fog. This condition, known as increased intestinal permeability or leaky gut, makes your body more reactive to foods that once felt harmless. Even if you've never been lactose intolerant before, aging changes how your immune system behaves. It becomes more sensitive, especially to repetitive triggers like dairy. Over time, chronic inflammation from dairy can interfere with nutrient absorption, meaning you might be eating well but not fully benefiting from your meals. Adding to this, most modern dairy products are ultra-processed, containing emulsifiers and stabilizers that disrupt healthy gut bacteria. These additives can fuel the growth of harmful microbes and reduce populations of beneficial ones, weakening digestion and immunity further. If you've noticed more bloating, sluggishness, or mucus buildup after consuming dairy, your body is signaling intolerance, not failure. It's time to listen to those cues. Replacing regular milk with fermented alternatives like kefir, unsweetened yogurt, or plant-based options can soothe your gut, restore balance, and help you feel lighter and more energized. For years, milk and butter were blamed for heart disease because of their saturated fat content. But now scientists know the truth is more nuanced. It's not that all dairy is harmful, it's that not all dairy is created equal. Whole fat, heavily processed dairy can raise LDL cholesterol and contribute to arterial stiffness, especially in older adults with slower metabolism. However, fermented dairy like kefir, yogurt, and certain cheeses may actually support heart health by improving gut flora and reducing inflammation. The key factor is inflammation. As we age, our arteries naturally become less elastic. When combined with chronic inflammation from processed foods, including sugary yogurts or artificially flavored creamers, the risk of plaque buildup increases. For seniors who already face high blood pressure or cholesterol issues, this combination can quietly damage blood vessels. On the other hand, small portions of fermented, unsweetened dairy can do the opposite. They contain probiotics that help regulate blood sugar, balance cholesterol, and even aid in vitamin B12 absorption, something many older adults lack. So, rather than cutting out dairy completely, think quality over quantity. Skip the flavored lattes and processed cheese slices. Choose natural yogurt or kefir instead. Your heart and your digestive system will thank you for it. One of the most overlooked dangers of dairy after 60 is how it interacts with common medications. Many seniors don't realize that the calcium, magnesium, and proteins in milk can bind with certain drugs, blocking their absorption and weakening their effects. This is especially critical for antibiotics, thyroid medications, and some blood pressure pills. For example, taking antibiotics like tetracycline or ciprofloxacin with milk can reduce how much of the drug actually enters your bloodstream by nearly 50%. The calcium in dairy literally grabs onto the medication, forming insoluble compounds that your body can't absorb. Similarly, seniors on thyroid medications such as levothyroxine are advised to avoid dairy for at least 2 hours before or after taking their dose, since dairy interferes with hormone absorption. But the problem goes beyond timing. Many older adults rely on daily supplements, calcium, iron, or zinc, to maintain bone and immune health. When taken alongside dairy-heavy meals, these minerals compete for the same absorption pathways, leaving your supplements less effective than you think. The solution is simple but powerful: timing and awareness. Separate your medications and supplements from dairy by at least 2 hours. If you enjoy milk or yogurt, have them later in the day instead of with your morning pills. This small habit ensures your medication works as intended and helps your body truly benefit from both treatments and nutrition. For decades, milk was seen as the ultimate bone protector. Drink milk for strong bones. We all heard it. But after 60, the story changes. While dairy does contain calcium, studies show that calcium alone isn't enough to maintain bone density as we age. The body's ability to absorb calcium from dairy drops sharply after 60, partly due to lower stomach acid and declining vitamin D levels. This means much of the calcium in milk can pass through your system unused. Even more surprising, excessive dairy consumption can sometimes weaken bones over time. That's because milk's protein content creates an acidic environment in the body. To neutralize that acid, your system pulls alkaline minerals, like calcium, from your bones. The result? A slow calcium drain that works against the very reason you drink milk. For seniors, the smarter approach is balance. Pair moderate dairy intake with foods that help calcium stay where it belongs, in your bones. Leafy greens, almonds, sardines, and vitamin D-rich foods improve calcium absorption naturally. Regular sunlight exposure and light weight-bearing exercise make a huge difference too. In short, dairy can still play a role, but it's not the hero it once was. After 60, bone health depends more on synergy between calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, and movement than on milk alone. Dairy after 60 isn't black or white. It's about understanding how your body changes with age. The same glass of milk that once helped you grow can now work against your heart, bones, or medications if consumed carelessly. Balance, timing, and quality matter more than ever. Choose smarter dairy options, listen to your body, and let every sip serve your long-term strength and vitality.